Yo, what's up? What's up? It's Johnny. It's me, it's Johnny. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Just chilling here. Um, let's see. This is working. Doing a Facebook Live. Don't really do these things much often. I'm not sure how long this thing's been recording. But if you see by the title on this thing, hey, how's it going? This is a Facebook Live. I don't usually do these things. But I was inspired when I was just having a conversation with this with someone I know who just sold her company for $380 million. And I thought, while I was inspired and was in that flow state, I'd do this live video to talk about how to stay rich during uncertain times. Maybe you can see here, I'm in this, I'm where I am every day, in this beautiful, abundant place full of wealth and success. Look how beautiful this place is, right? You've got to wake up every day feeling inspired, no matter what's going on in the world. I don't watch the news. I don't listen to negative comments or energy. I just focus on giving value and what's coming ahead, right? Because there's no such thing as the past. It's all about the present and the future. So to whoever's watching, welcome. I'm currently here in my workspace, right? So I basically am at this place. It's called WeWork. Some of you guys have been asking me. Right now we're in this lockdown in the UK, and most people are stuck at home in their houses, going crazy. I pay for this membership for this workspace here. It's called WeWork. Look how big it is. This is actually apparently this is the biggest WeWork in the world. It's pretty nice. It's in Canary Wharf, the financial district, central business district in the UK. Hey man, Michael, how's it going? Very nice to see you here. So it's like everyone's stuck at home in this lockdown, but this space is still open, right? This is a multi-billion-dollar empire that they've built here to allow entrepreneurs like me, like us, to be able to work from a beautiful space like this. I have a private office over there, but I'm in the open space over here. And one of the things is like, and this allows me to keep going, to continue on my vision, my mission. Forget about the fact, it's not about it. When things like this happen, it's not about making money for yourself. It's about how can you impact the world, right? I was talking to a friend of mine who I know, who's also at this space, and it's like, okay, first of all, in order for you to get the results you want, first of all, you've got to focus on survival. You've got to make sure that your living expenses are covered, and this is like such basic stuff, but most people get this stuff wrong. Make sure your living expenses are paid for the next 6 months, because if you don't have to pay rent or for food or survival for 6 months, imagine the decisions that you're going to be able to make that are not related to you survive. Because most people are living day to day or week to week or month to month. I'm living year to year. Soon I'll be living decade to decade. Well, I'm living decade to decade now, right? It's like years are already paid. So it's like, how are you going to be able to get to that next level in your life? And even the people that view this and then they leave, it's like they're just scrolling through that news feed, trying to get that dopamine spike of pleasure. How are you going? Hey, Thornston. Oh man, very good to see you, man. We need to talk, man. Give me a call. In order to get the results that you want, okay, whether it's to quit your job or whether it's to just spend more time with your family, to have more money, have better health. First of all, you've got to have time to do that shit. So how the hell are you going to have the time to do that if you're constantly living day to day? Like, most people are trying to survive so they can have dinner tonight. because a friend of mine, he's like, okay, he's got big goals, he's got big dreams. He's kind of like a student. I'm kind of like his mentor, right? And I'm like, okay, you've got these goals, but in order to get them, first of all, you've got to make sure you're able to eat for the next 3 to 6 months. And the point I'm trying to make here for people that don't, who have just joined, how's it going? The point I'm trying to make is that if you're trying to be successful, be rich, be wealthy, get your survival on point first, before focusing on the tactics. For me, it's affiliate marketing, paid traffic, digital marketing. I'm one of the pioneers in this space. I've been doing digital marketing since 2004, selling things on the internet. Now people are like, oh, there's this thing called Zoom where you can communicate with people online, and you can. Oh, I'm actually having to buy things on the internet. I've been doing that shit since 2003, right? Now people are realizing, because most people watch the news and they don't understand economics and basically how money is wealth is transferred, right? So it's like, right now you need to get on this. It's not a trend. You need to start learning about how to create an online business, how to sell online, because everything's going online. And if you're not understanding how to provide value online and how to take a transaction on the internet, then you're gonna fall behind, because most people during this pandemic, I was preparing for this thing since 2005. Okay, I realized that there's no such thing as a job. Job stands for just over broke, right? If you've got a job, you're basically just you're trying to keep up to pay the next month's rent. And I learned this from when I was how old was I? Luckily, I read this book. It's called Rich Dad Poor Dad, in 2004 by Robert Kiyosaki, and then a book by Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump called Why We Want You to Be Rich. And funnily enough, Donald Trump is like, before he became president, like, I was just used to study him about how he thinks and how he talks. This guy's a freaking genius, man. It's like, how the hell can you go from being a real estate developer to the president of your country? It's like, it's crazy, right? So you need to study people who have had a massive impact on the world, but instead of like looking at the tactical side, go back like and study how they think and how they used to talk from when they was in their teens and in the early 20s. Like, those are the kind of things I learned. So like, go and look at a video of Donald Trump when he was on David Letterman in 1985 or something like that, and look how he thinks. Like, you've got a graph here, right? And it goes up, right? You've got to be studying that person when he was here. How did he think before he got to there, right? How was Elon Musk talking when he was on this flat line, just when he hit that bell curve, when he hit that J curve, right? There's a book, I forgot what it's called, but it's called the J curve. You need to be studying people, how they used to like me, right? It's like, before I get to that 100 million level, I'm talking like I am now. Like, when I'm at that $1 billion level, I'll be talking differently. You need to be studying the shit I'm talking about now, before I get there, so you can kind of understand the systems and processes I'm going through in my mind. This place that I'm, like, where I'm at, my workspace, the lights go off if you don't move. It's automatic lights, so you've got to kind of do that. Yeah. So right now it's another lockdown, blah, blah, blah. I don't listen to the news. I don't listen to anyone talking negative stuff. I'm just in my bubble of mastery every day, making stuff happen towards my goal. Where are we at now? Got a couple of people here. Michael Thornston, you guys are amazing. Michael, you are rich. Rich is a state of mind. Nathan Salmon. Oh man, this guy Nathan Salmon is a legend. This guy taught me how to be rich, basically, right? When I was, how long ago was that? Like 15 years ago. This guy's is an absolute genius. Michael says, I am not rich, but I have no rent, no mortgage, and free water. So you are rich. Rich doesn't have to do with money, right? If you've read the book, let's just like make the lights go on. Let's play some pool over there on the pool table because we've got all the resources we need. Michael, if you're not rich, does not have anything to do with money, right? What is money? It's like, look at this shit. Like, I've got US dollars in my fucking. I can't spend this. Look, I've got USD, right? I can't. Imagine if I had 100,000 in cash here right now, I couldn't spend this shit over here, could I? Because I'm in London, right? Money doesn't mean shit. Rich does not mean having paper cash. Rich means you have rich health, you have rich wealth, you have rich relationships, and you have a rich relationship with giving value in exchange for resources, right? Because the reason we're after this dollar, right? This dollar, I'm in England, we use pounds. I can't use this stuff here. If I had 100 grand in my hand right now, I wouldn't be able to use this, right? I would be poor. If I went to a homeless person right now and gave this to them in the UK, they wouldn't be able to use this because the money exchanges are closed because it's a lockdown. So how the hell? So what does rich mean? It's about resources, right? So when I'm gonna go and buy land and buy supermarkets and buy farmlands to create food, that's what rich is, right? So when Michael says in this chat, oh, I'm not rich, you are rich. You've got no rent, no mortgage, and free water. Yeah, you need to read the book. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He doesn't even mention money in that book. He talks about being rich, having resources by giving value. Because the only reason we want to make money, imagine if money wasn't the currency to exchange for goods and services. Back in the day, we used to barter, like, oh, I'm gonna give you a cow I'll give you my cow in exchange for your corn, right? That's how it used to be. And then it changed to coins like gold and silver or whatever it was. Now it's cash. Well, now it's not even cash. It's just like a number. It's fake, right? It's all bullshit, right? Because and like the concept of credit was not even invented until, and I haven't read too much into this, but I think it was like the early or mid 1900s, the concept of credit. So like when your mum and dad's talking about you have to get a mortgage on a house, which is absolute bullshit, they're taking thinking that was given to them in their baby boomer thinking. That shit doesn't apply to us now. There's no such thing. John V. Lai, what's up? Oh man, one of my other good friends is here. How's it going, man? Oh, it's so good to see you here, dude. Me and John Lai, we used to work together in Singapore in a similar co-working space to this. I'm at a WeWork. John, where the hell are you? Wish you was here, man. This is sick. We used to be in Singapore together at a similar place like this, man. Dude, this is one of the largest WeWorks in the world. It's amazing. I hope you're good, man. Give me a PM. So let me know where you're at. But in this live stream here, we're just talking about how to stay rich during a pandemic, right? We're in this bullshit lockdown in the UK at the moment, but I'm still here, thriving. Look at me. No one else is here. Look. Everyone's at. It's a Saturday. Everyone is at home because they're scared to leave I got my mask, right? I got my mask here. Okay, put this thing on, right? I got this thingy, but I'm still here because I'm working, because this shit's gonna be over soon. I'm here working towards my vision, right? My vision, mission. So we haven't got too many people on this call here today. We've been on for about 15 minutes. But after this, I'm gonna go back to work there, right, on my little desk over there. Got my my laptop and making magic happen. But I'm going to be doing a 3-day virtual workshop on the 24th of January. It's going to be here in the room. There's a cool room over there I'll be doing it in, right, where I'll be talking about the 2 biggest opportunities to basically get rich on the internet, without your own product, without talking to customers, by doing something called paid on action and e-commerce. There's two things, right? We'll be talking about that on the 24th of Jan. So I'll send you guys a link. And Rachel, oh my god, I'm seeing some really old friends here, man. Like Rachel, flipping, I ain't seen Rachel in literally years. We need to catch up. Rachel, John, Michael, Thornston, you guys are cool as hell, man. What's your thought on mortgages? Okay, I can go really long on this topic, but the word mortgage, it's a French word, mortgage. It means death loan. Death loan. Mortgage. Like, you can Google it right now. What does mortgage mean? It means death loan. Okay. So there's 2 ways to look at this. Okay. Mortgages are basically designed for employees, and you might not realize this, right? If you're an employee, mortgages are designed for employees, right? Because you have a secure. Well, jobs are not secure because what just happened now, people lost their job. They're designed to make the bank's money, so you can work for the bank who owns your house. The bank owns your house, not you. You don't. When someone says, "Oh, I own this house," I'm like, "Oh, did you buy it in cash?" Oh no, the bank owns it. Okay, cool. So you're basically in debt to the bank. Why don't you get a loan, and instead of a loan for your house, why don't you get a loan to start your business and make more money through that? I was talking to this girl, this real estate agent over here. What do they call it in the UK? They call it an estate agent or whatever. Like, I'm gonna, like, the place that I live at, right? It's £3,500 a month, and she's like, "Oh, why don't you buy it?" I'm like, I'm not trying to put down 1.4 million in cash, because I'm going to use that for my business. She's like, "Yeah, but in 2 years you could gain 5% on that house." Okay, because the average person, for the average person, I'm not going to get too much into this. Hey, Rich, I'm not going to get too much into this topic because it can get quite brutal. We'll talk about this another time. The average person, the only way they know to make money is to buy a house, right? And then, in 25 years time, when I've paid off that mortgage, it's gone up. Yeah, one of my strategies for wealth creation is to have a property portfolio where I have about 100 plus properties. But that's what I'll be doing. Right, you need to read Rich Dad Poor Dad. You go from being an employee to self-employed to a business owner, then an investor. That's the last stage of wealth creation, right? So when I make the tens and hundreds of I'm gonna own a town, and own real estate in that place, right? I'm gonna own Gants Hill, Ilford, where I grew up. Like Donald Trump, right? You need to read Donald Trump. You need to read about Warren Buffett's. Read books by Warren Buffett. He's worth about 94 billion and he's about 90 something years of age, right? So, however, if you plan, like it's like this, right? So a friend of mine, Grant Cardone, I spoke to him the other day. He he was talking, he was talking about this stuff as well. It's like, only unless you plan on staying in that house for the next 20 years and not upgrading your own life, like, because so basically, like, so let's say, for example, my apartment's 35, £3,500 a month, right? That's about 4 grand USD for the people watching. In a year, that's going to be 48,000. So someone's going to be like, oh, why don't you, you're going to spend 48,000 in a year, why don't you just put a deposit down? I'm like, what? Where can I get a place where it's only 40 grand to put a deposit down? Oh yeah, you can. Oh, some shitty 1 bedroom shitty apartment. Yeah, but it's a good investment. No, mate, because you don't know nothing about investing. Do I plan on living in this place for the next 25 years? No. In 25 years, I mean, who knows? In 3 years, I'm gonna be in a completely different place than I am now, right? Because if you're not growing, you're dying. You need to be. You're either growing or you're dying. There's no such thing as staying stagnant, right? So if you're trying to pay that mortgage off over 25 years, you're basically dying. And I've got a friend, his name is Sam. I'm gonna call him out here, right? He's been trying to make it as, not Sam, sorry. I won't mention his name, right? He's been trying to make it as an entrepreneur, business owner. He got married. Now he's got a mortgage. So look, it's all about the decisions that you make on a daily basis. If your decisions are determined by the fact that you have to pay that mortgage every month versus being able to just leave and go to somewhere like if I told my sister this, I was like, if I was starting over from scratch, right, and I was broke, I'd work, save up like a couple of $1,000 and go and live in somewhere like Thailand or Bali, where I could stay for 2 years for super cheap. And in that time, like, money, what does money buy? It just buys time for you to figure out the thing that you're gonna do, right? So it's like, I would buy myself time in a cheaper place where I'd have more time to figure out the shit I'm trying to do, right? If that makes sense. And then I come back here and then have things sorted out. It's kind of what I did when I was 15 years ago. How old was I then? Like 20, right? So I would figure out. I thought this was unlocking. Right. So money just buys time for you to, but most people are not going to spend that time figuring out what to do tomorrow. It's like, what am I going to do tomorrow that's going to lead me? So I work in phases. So I made this video on my YouTube. It's called How to Plan 2021 to Succeed by Default, right? So it's like how do I plan the year to make sure I succeed and I get the results that I want. I'll probably paste that link, or if you just go to my YouTube, it's called Johnny Prime. It was like a 58-minute video where I talked about basically, like, this year, what's the one big thing that you're trying to achieve, but in order to get there, there are phases that you need to go through to get to that big goal. So if I want to give $5 million to charity this year, that means there's a couple of phases I need to go through. The first is mastering myself, my energy, getting my optimization right, my living, like making sure I can spend 8 to 9 hours of focused work every day, right? All of these different things. There's a guy another friend of mine, his name is Derek Moneyberg. Some people may not resonate with him because he may come across as arrogant, but I think you should just check him out on YouTube. His name is Derek Moneyberg. He talks about the same kind of stuff. It's like you can't have emotions associated with creating wealth, and most people, the reason they basically retire poor, and believe in something such as a what would you call it, a well, I've never had a job, so I don't understand this concept because I've always done things for myself. It's called a pension, right? So it's like, so you it's kind of, it's a joke, right? It's like what does that mean? A pension? It's like you're relying on someone else to give you money because you didn't do shit yourself to get that money, right? So most people are just going to rely on a pension, which would probably go to shit by the time people who are my age, by the time we're 65, 70, that shit won't even exist because money's going to just become a different thing over the next couple of years. Anyway, where I live now in Canary Wharf, everything is basically cashless. Like, you can't even go to Starbucks and use cash. Imagine that. So like, one of my things in the future is to invest in some kind of cashless payment system for the economy, because there's no such thing as cash anymore, right? And that's why this amazing woman, Alexa Von Tobel, who I'm going to do an interview with, we haven't got a date yet, but I'm going to interview with soon. She sold her company for $380 million. She's like my age, 35. Google her, Alexa Von Tobel. She's freaking amazing. $380 million, and it was in the financial technology space, because that's the way the world's going. It's about, right? So, yeah, so I'm going to end this video because I need to go get some lunch. But Rachel, it's so good to see you. Yeah, Rachel, do you know what? Like, we need to chat. All of our parents are basically employees, unless you were basically born and your parents were rich and entrepreneurs. They would not tell you that, right? Because all of my parents' friends, and my parents as well, my mum and dad are on a journey because they've seen me be successful. They've seen me make lots of money, right? They know what the hell is up. That changed their belief system, right? Most people don't realize that shit is a flawed system. If you just look at the word in French, right? What did Michael said? So it was the word mortgage means payment until death or something like that, right? So it's like the average person is so dumb. I don't mean to offend anyone, but you know, the average person is so stupid they don't even know the meaning of that. It's just freaking crazy. It's like, learn the skills to sell something and never be broke. Like, if I want to get money for something, I'll sell a service or a product. Because read the book Think and Grow Rich. Money comes from exchanging value. That's it, right? I'm giving you value now. Maybe you want to give me $10,000 to help you, how to show you how to run ads on Facebook or Snapchat, right? That's what my company, Smart Advertiser, we're currently specializing in Snapchat ads. It's basically a new gold mine. That's the tactical side of things. But yeah, we're doing a workshop on the 24th over there, right? In one of those, in that room. Oh wait, there we are. In that room over there. Where the hell? Oh, I can't even show. It's called The Two Biggest Opportunities of 2021. It's a workshop. It's going to be 3 hours a day for 3 days. I'm doing it just to share the tactical level of stuff, how to get rich on the internet, basically, like I have since 2005. Right now, there's two massive opportunities in 2021. If you mastered them, you know, you'll never have to worry about money again, basically. So, this is not even a pitch. I'm not even trying to sell this. It's I'll send you guys, PM me, send me a link, send me a message, and I'll DM you the info to this workshop that I'm doing at this here on the 24th. 24th, no, 25th, 25th. Monday 25th for 3 days. The third day is going to be the best day, by the way. It's going to be here. It was supposed to be an actual live, I would have invited you here to join me here, but because of this lockdown crap, we've got to do it virtually. It's got to be a online version, so that's why we're doing it online. So I'll put more info about that at some point. But I'm gonna go get some lunch here. What's the time? 1:39. I need to charge this laptop. Take care, guys. Rachel, it's so nice to see you here. Rachel's one of my good friends. We used to go uni together. Gerpal, good to see you here, man, as well. Yeah, buy a house. Yeah, this is what. Yeah, if you're gonna get a mortgage, get it. If you're gonna buy a house, get it so you can rent it out, and then just keep multiplying that. Right, build a portfolio of like 10 properties, and rent that shit out, and then you know, Gerpal's another boss in this building. So very good to see some old school warriors in this place. Nathan Salmon, Michael Thornston. If you need anything, message me, yeah? Rachel, no worries, man. You know I got your back. Black money, I'm not sure what that means. I think that refers to like debt. Cashless is not good. Gerpal, we got a chat. Yeah, right now cashless, everything's cashless, isn't it? Especially in Canary Wharf, man. I can't get food if I don't have like a card. If I've only got cash, I can't even buy lunch here. No, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Seriously, Rachel, it's so good to see you here. Like, we literally need to catch up. And basically, also Michael and Thornston, we've got to catch up. And freaking John, man, one of my other good friends, man. Let's talk, guys. All right, message me. And this year is going to be massive. You know, at some point I might not be doing these anymore because we're going to have such a big thing going on. But let's talk, guys, okay? Message me on the DMs. I'm going to go get some lunch. Take care, guys.